I'm here inside the bike pit. I'm on my way to, I'm actually on my way to Dublin tonight. I'm going to Dublin and then I'm taking the ferry to Wales. And I'm not sure how to get there, but I'll figure it out. The ferry's tomorrow morning at 8, so I just want to get there tonight so that I don't have to rush tomorrow morning and worry about not getting there in time.
Right.
Because I'm not sure how to get there, but I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, so I'm grateful to Stephen. Stephen here is going to help me out. I don't even have cash to take with me, so I asked Stephen if I could PayPal him some money. So I was kind of hungry, and I know a place where to get sandwiches. I'm over by the docks, and there's a Greg's here, and every day they throw out their sandwiches. And if you look at those greens, they're not even starting to wilt, so it's still pretty fresh. And I just lifted about 4 or 5 sandwiches out of the skip, and that'll keep me going for a couple of days. I won't need to buy any food. Okay, so I'm here at Dublin Port. I'm at the Stena ferry. What normally takes about 2 hours to drive to Dublin took me about 4 hours, but then I took all these back roads. I took the motorway to Dunleer, and then I just started following the shoreline, and getting to Dublin by following the shoreline isn't as straightforward as I maybe thought it was going to be. There was just lots of turnoffs, but I got here and I actually really enjoyed it. It's probably about 3 in the morning. I'm not sure. I'm going to find out, and then try to get some sleep. The ferry leaves at 8:30 tomorrow. Okay, so I just checked what time it is, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I better get some sleep tonight, otherwise I'm not going to make the most of tomorrow. But I was just checking out the sandwiches I got from Greg's, and I'm happy because it's vegan friendly. So I saw a fox down here earlier, and he looked kind of hungry. So I'm gonna let him have one of my sandwiches.
Go back a bit. That's it.
Okay, lots of adventure touring bikes. We have a KTM, BMW, an Aprilia Pegaso. Okay, never seen that one before. And a Tenerife. But my favorite? Well, not true, but I do like my bikes. was just on my way to check out the ruins of a castle, and I came off my bike. Um, I'm fine, but on my bike I've got these scratches here, and maybe a little bit of a abrasion here. I couldn't get it up. I couldn't lift it because it was like so heavy. It was too heavy. And then I walked out to the road, which is like out there, and to see if there was like anyone I could wave down. Then I thought I'd try lifting it again, and on my way here I saw this guy walking up this way, and he gave me a hand, and he was really helpful. And it turned out his name's Sam. I should have filmed him and the whole thing, but so we're now at, I don't know how to say it, Bryn Sully Dew. It's a burial chamber. It's kind of like a miniature Newgrange. Okay, this is it. Yeah, it's just like a miniature Newgrange. It actually smells nice in here. Like some type of incense. And look at this like stone support. Like this one here, it looks like it's been machined. If it wasn't so early, I'd probably camp here tonight. I always thought hospitals could be a potentially good place to camp because a lot of hospitals would have lots of grounds around them. And on my way into this town, I did see a sign for a rugby pitch and hospital. And I thought, well, hospitals I know are potentially good places. I've never camped outside a hospital. But I thought with a rugby pitch, there's definitely places to camp. And I found like this huge park space attached to the hospital and rugby pitch. And this is only part of it. There's like several of these expanses of land, and then there's like rivers and little canals and lots of really old growth, mature, well-established trees, which I really like. So I was like trying to find a place in the dark, and then I eventually found a place in here, just in here, off to the side of a trail. I pitched my tent right here. And so what I do is I have a ground sheet. I lay down my ground sheet. I have a flashlight, so I check the area first, and then I lay down my ground sheet. I put up my tent. I have my inflatable mat, an inflatable pillow, and Sue, who I was talking to, Sue's in Liverpool, which isn't too far away from Wales. She's a friend of mine I met in Canada. She was saying Port Marian's a nice place to visit, and I saw it on the map. I'm heading there today. It's only about a half an hour drive, not even. And there's like a peninsula or stretch of earth that I'm going to explore and make the most of today, with like lots of coastline. And then tomorrow I'll be in the Snowdonia Mountains. I'll be very close to them, very near them. I was in one of my moods where last night I didn't feel like filming. I was kind of like in a not a great mood, but now that I've slept and I'm well rested, that's probably the reason I was tired. But it's early morning. I want to make the most of this day, so I'm going to start packing, take down this tent, and make some tracks.
Hendra Park, Gnaden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And this morning, as I was taking down my tent, we haven't introduced ourselves. Owen.
Yep.
Owen. Okay, Owen, my name's Sam.
Sam,
A pleasure to meet
nice
you.
to meet you. Yeah.
And I always have this notion when locals see me camping in the park, they're like, what are these tramps doing in our park? But Owen was very friendly, very kind. He gave me some directions on how to plan the next stretch of my my trip here. And Owen, I really appreciate
No
that.
problem at all.
Thank you so
Enjoy,
much.
Enjoy.
And Owen, do you mind just briefly just describing what we've done here, or what
Very good.
you suggested?
Yeah, we'll have the
Okay.
map.
Yeah.
And then today you'll be going from from Carnarvon
Yes.
to Pwllheli, but then we go to Nevin,
Yeah.
Abersoch, back to Pwllheli, back to Portmadoc, and round again to Snowdon.
Okay,
Hopefully,
great.
if we get it right.
Yes. You've
Well.
saved me like an hour scratching my head at road signs trying to
Yeah.
figure out which way to go. But you're saying in how do you say Aberson?
Abersoch.
Okay, that's a really popular spot for people who are having staycations.
Yep.
Okay,
People
great.
come from England all over to stay there every
Alright.
weekend. Yeah.
Okay, so traffic might be busy around there, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Okay,
But if you come back up this way, you'll be fine.
and this is your dog,
This is Lottie. Say hello, Lottie.
Lottie. Hello,
Say
Lottie.
hello, Lottie.
Lottie has a lovely coat.
Yeah.
And Owen, you were saying like how you'd like to do some of this, and it's funny how I experience this again and again. I was telling Owen how, like, you know, I'll see families having a chippy or whatever, enjoying, you know, being a family, and then Owen says how he'd like to do what I'm doing, and it's funny, the two sides of the coin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The grass is always greener, they say.
Yeah. But Owen, you enjoy your family when
I
you
do,
can,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
do.
When they grow up, I'll do what you're doing. I'll try.
great.
I'll be too old to do it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you're looking after yourself, so you'll be in good
Yeah,
shape when
yeah,
you're older,
yeah.
and then
Try my best. Yeah.
you'll still be climbing hills and mountains. Okay.
Hopefully, yeah.
And hopefully myself as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Owen. It's
No
been a
problem
pleasure
at all.
meeting you. So it was really nice talking to Owen, and here's the rugby pitch where I was going to camp, but I don't want to camp when there's houses, when it's surrounded by houses and people can see you. I prefer to be a little more stealthy about it. And this here's the hospital. The hospital name, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Like YSBYT. I don't know how to say that. But Owen said that was the name of the mountain range here in Wales. So I felt like, you know, I was making a human connection with someone. Yesterday I think I was feeling a bit down and maybe lonely, and wondering, you know, what's this all about. So it's nice to meet someone and just have a chat with them and connect. So in front of me is the house where the park warden used to live in, and Owen was saying how the park was like really well maintained, and then he passed away 20 years ago and it kind of went downhill. But this is it. This is what's left of the, or this is what's become of the park warden's house. So I noticed the fancy gates with the lion on top of it, and then I saw a sign saying cafe attached to it or near it, and thought, hey, I'll go check this out. So what I like about Wales is, like, you might have a destination, but then you see like signs for all these attractions along the way. I've just arrived at a beach, and the place with the cafe was closed, but their bathrooms were open. But this by far has been the longest stretch of beach I've seen. Last night I'm thinking I just want to, you know, go home and be in my flat. Like I really enjoy motorbiking. You know, if there wasn't so many cars, I would equally enjoy it as much on a push bike, to be honest, maybe more. But yeah, motorbiking is fun. And I had to stop here because I saw something that got my attention, and now we're just going to go check it out. Must remember to always take the keys with me. So there's all these like stone cottages. Well, there's one anyways. And this is what I wanted to show you. You know, for something that is so ancient, like I don't know how old this is. Could it be 11th century? I have no idea. But its design in some regards is almost futuristic. I was guessing 11th century. The cars weren't so noisy driving past. I could have been quite happy to sleep outside here or just even in here. I've actually done this before where on a number of occasions where I've slept in the entrance of a church, but this one here has these wooden beams going across on the top and these heavy stone walls, they must be at least 4 foot thick. And it's not locked. I'm inside. I wonder if there's anything of value to steal. I've always wondered why churches had all this Nazi imagery. From what I gather, this church was built between the 15th century and the early 17th century. Edgar Christian, who was a member of this church, he was some rich kid who went to Canada to visit the Northwest Territories, and he wrote a diary. Unfortunately, he died. So this is kind of funny. I was just about to leave and I thought, hey, I'm going to do a Bible dip, and I opened the book to some random page, and then I put my finger here, and the Bible dip, I don't know if you know what that is. It's where you if you're looking for an answer, you open the Bible and you just point your finger on anywhere on the page and read it, and it should reveal some answers to your question or prayer or whatever. But so I did a Bible dip and it said, will they return to Egypt? And then I thought, am I to return to Egypt? I've never been there, but I thought maybe that was a sign for me to visit Egypt. And then it says, and will not Assyria rule over them because they refuse to repent? Assyria, is that Syria? Is Egypt at war with Syria? I'll have to look this up. Swords will flash in their cities and destroy the bars. What? Why do they want to destroy bars? I thought everyone likes bars. And their gates, and put an end to their plans. My people are determined to turn from me. Even if they call me the Most High, He will by no means exalt them. I don't know, but that is Hosea 11:11. I'm curious to know more about it, but for now I just want to keep moving. I quite enjoyed visiting this church, and how sad about that young man Christian having gone to Canada and having a misadventure and not surviving his experience or his whatever. I must find that book and give it a read. Regret I didn't bring my camera, but I forgot to mention this is what I've been surviving on as well. So there's berries everywhere, and I've been eating berries every day since I've been here.